But we wouldn't sell just blindly. We want to see price stalling, either with some nice long wicks that just pierce into the area, and maybe the body of the candle can't break this resistance here. So we get pull back, a pull up. It can't make a new high, and so we would expect it to carry on dropping. That's the kind of pattern that we want to see price action wise next week on the Euro USD. Welcome everyone to Old Man Wisdom. That little clip from last week is what I predicted for this week, and pretty much that's exactly what happened. It did drop a little bit further than expected, but that's fine. And when we're talking about price action, this was the level we picked out, and almost to a T, it did exactly what we expected. Hopefully, although you had to wait almost all week, yesterday was the day that you sold the Euro USD for a nice profit. It's literally from this level here, it's dropped nearly 200 pips. So hopefully you caught some of that drop this week, because that's what we was looking for, this price level up here from last week. If we switch over to our indicator trading chart, this is what we forecast for this week. You'll notice the blue rectangle here represents the start of the week, and this is what we said last week as it moves back upwards. And if you can imagine this multi-time frame moving average moving sideways like this, so we want price to come up towards this multi-time frame moving average as much as possible, and if price stays under the moving average, then we might get the sell signal from the MACD. So you'll see that unfortunately, yes, we got a buy signal, but we didn't take it because price was underneath the multi-time frame moving average, and it's nearly the close of the market. It's the 11th of March 2022, by the way, a Friday. There's just a few hours left before the market's closed, and we've got this sell signal. Now, there's no way I would take this sell signal because it's the stop loss from the last high is 150 pips. Well, my maximum stop loss is just 50 pips. So there's no way that I could look at taking this sell trade from here. I would be wanting to see a much better price before I started selling the market, according to this MACD based indicator. What would we want to see for next week? Well, we'd want to see a pullback again. If price remained under this multi-time frame moving average here, if you can imagine, it remains at roughly this level, we'd want to pull back, and of course looking to sell again if price remains underneath the multi-time frame moving average. Of course, things could be different if price bursts through the multi-time frame moving average and creates a pullback. Well, in that case, we would be looking to buy the Euro USD, and a signal from the MACD indicator would get us into the market. But as things stand right at the moment, we're not going to take this sell opportunity. It's too near the weekend, and plus the stop loss would be too great, and of course we wouldn't consider risking more than just what we're happy with risking. And in my case, that's no more than 50 pips. So price action wise, hopefully you've caught this sell from the top of this level here. If you didn't, what would we be looking at doing for next week? Well, we're still very much in a downtrend. So we've got this level here as quite an important level, and we'd be looking for a pullback up into or around that level again before a slight pullback, again a retest, and then we could consider selling the Euro USD again for next week. So in an ideal world, keeping things nice and simple, that's what we would like to see. Again, we wouldn't sell blindly from this level. We would like to see tall wicks like this. We'd like to see price stalling at this level here, just the same as we did here. Look, we saw a sharp rejection, and of course that's what we'd want to see, a similar pattern around about here for next week. Like we always say, we never completely know what price will do. We don't know what the markets will do or how they will behave. No one's got a crystal ball, but if we have a plan of what we want to see, then of course if we see that happening, then we can make an educated trading decision. And so there you are. you have both a price action option for next week, and of course, as always, you've got this MACD based indicator option that we always highlight for you. There's again no trade for this week, unfortunately, when using the indicator, but hopefully you had a nice trade using price action this week on the Euro USD. If you want to see more videos, why not take a look at this one?